What's up, good people? This boy Scott Lewis, Palmer Gamer and more. Brooklyn Nets Stoop Edition here with John. Everything BK Nets. What's up, man? What's up, John?
Hey Scott, so Nets got the result they needed tonight. They didn't
Yeah,
win, but it was definitely very competitive throughout three quarters. Fourth, Boston kind of ran away with it. Listen, I thought Drake Powell had some good moments tonight. That one finish bucket he had was really good. Like the physicality that
yeah,
he could finish through, it's
yeah,
really impressive. Like and his defense on Pritchard tonight. I
yeah.
mean, he's
It was
guarded
tight
multiple.
because he was trying to get by him, but he couldn't.
Right. Like he's
Yeah,
guarding Kate Cunningham, Desmond Bain, now Peyton Pritchard can add to the list. Like Powell just keeps showing you why he should get the starting two job to at least see more of what he can do. But Jordy wants
yeah.
to see more, 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 more. What more is there to see? Terrence Mann again, you started him tonight. The guy had 3 points in
I know
27
that was
minutes.
disappointing.
Like, come
And you
on.
saw that turnover at the end of the game. That was
Well,
terrible.
he's not a starting player. You got to bench him. Just
Yeah,
Jordy.
he's not a point guard for sure.
Jordy just is not getting out of his own way right now. And then Yegor, he had a perfect half. His first perfect half of his young career. It was 4 from 4 from 3. He had some assists. Like his energy in that first half was
Yeah.
really good, picking his right shots. He went to rim a few times, didn't score, but he's taking more chances. Like you're seeing the positives from Yegor.
I thought
But it's just,
I I thought today would have been a good day for Nolan to get in there.
it's been a great day for Danny Wolf to get in there. Are you seriously
Yeah, Danny
telling
will
me
too. Yeah.
I literally saw Danny Wolf sitting up and clapping for 4 quarters,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
could only
yeah. They
get him.
showed it. They showed it. I saw it.
That was despicable. You could only get him a minute 56 seconds. Wasn't Davon in like foul trouble at some point to this game?
I don't
Like,
know what Jordy's angle is or what he's trying to do. I don't know if he I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's not so much the loss. We knew what was coming, what's going to happen this season. It's just that I would like the rookies to get out there and see if they can adapt. You know?
exactly. And the sad thing is he keeps benching him in fourth quarters. You know the crazy thing is we all say Drake Powell was probably the best defender on this team. No, it's Coach Jordy. This guy literally blockades his rookies. Like they make one or two
Yeah,
mistakes. Got to bench you for Tyrese Martin.
that's
Or good
right.
character Wilson came back,
Right.
from his
Yeah, yeah.
purgatory.
I
Like
totally agree with you, man.
Like seriously, Jalen Wilson played 12 minutes, 0 points. 12 minutes, 0 points. Like this is the problem. Like you can't find 3 to 5 to 6 minutes in between a game. You got to make him play a minute and 56 seconds to end a game. Like it's just despicable on Jordy's part because he kept saying, "I'm going to throw these rookies into the fire. I'm going to test them accordingly. I'm going to let them grow through the mistakes." But so far, he's not been that whatsoever. You make a mistake, you
Yeah.
get benched. You do something good, but it's not great times five you get benched. Hey, but Terrence Mann, Martin, and Wilson could botch up all they want. Hey, I still got to play them. Like it just Jordy is not thinking like a developmental coach, and that's what he should be doing. You got to prioritize your future. Again, competitive energy tonight, but you could have found time for these rookies, especially in the fourth quarter, to test themselves because it's been
Right.
about 10 games. This is when you're supposed to take the training wheels off, but no, the training wheels have to stay on. But you're really depriving them of important minutes and ruining their confidence. Like Yegor was great that first half. I didn't even see him play a lot in the second half. And then
Yeah, he
Drake
did.
Powell as well.
Yeah. I didn't mind the Jaguar move. I just wanted Wolf and Nolan Troyard to get off the bench and get
And
some minutes, like at least 10 minutes or something. I mean, I want to see something. Let them run up and down, let them get into a set, run a play, because I
exactly.
think that, regardless if if it didn't work or whatever the case may be, you end up doing it anyway. You sit there and watch the team self-destruct in the fourth quarter. So
Seriously.
what else you did when they were turning the ball over down in the fourth quarter? You didn't even bench nobody. You didn't. You just you know. I don't get it.
Yeah. It's just Jordy is stubborn right now. Like this guy thinks he's Greg Popovich with a bad roster and that he's gonna go for a win every time out.
I
But
don't think he
well,
knew he. I don't think he was trying to win. I think he personally tanked the game, which is
Not
okay.
tonight. Not
But
tonight. For 3 quarters, they were playing their asses off like
yeah,
usual.
but I mean, you saw the turnovers, and you saw you don't have a point guard on the
Yeah,
court.
but we've seen that for 10 games, and Jordy's still riding his vets. Like, if you really going to take this game, I got to see Nolan Trior get 7 to 10 minutes. I got to see Danny Wolf get 5 to 10 minutes. Like, you can find minutes for young guys, not put in the Martins, the Wilsons.
And you
Like, how
don't
much?
have to wait till the fourth quarter to put him in. That's another thing.
Not till the end of the game. It's not even the fourth quarter. It's the end of the game.
Yeah,
Like the energy's done. We're done. Like, you're not letting them even grow in those minutes. Oh, you gotta make the most of the minutes you got. Wow, Danny Wolf is really doing a lot in a minute 56 seconds after spending 47 minutes clapping his hands like a fool for this
yeah,
team. Like, why
yeah,
call me up if I'm just gonna sit on your bench the whole game? I should
yeah,
have been in
yeah.
the G League getting some training work in at least. At least I gotta be
Yeah,
moving around.
exactly. I'm befuddled. That's the word. I had to look for a word. Befuddled with what Jordy is doing. I mean, it is what it is. But man, field goal percentage. We shot the ball somewhat decent until later in the game. We shot no. Well, we was 50%. We dropped down to 40%. Boston shot for the whole game 49%. So they started hitting their threes and stuff. You know how that is.
Well,
They Boston.
Michael Porter had another good game,
Yeah,
25
he's
points,
doing
six
his thing.
rebounds.
He's doing his thing. Michael
He's a good
Porter.
he's a good catch and shoot guy, you know?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, Michael Porter shot. He played 34 minutes. He played the most minutes than anybody. Nobody played in 30 minutes other than him and Nick Claxton.
yeah.
He played 34 minutes, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 25 points. And Nick Claxton, he didn't really shoot well today,
Oh,
but he
not at
did
all.
rebound. He got 11 rebounds, which is, you hit the boards, and he had 3 assists and 7 points.
Yeah, he was
And
more
I think he shot over 60% from the free throw line, which is to Nick Claxton. That's good. That's an improvement. He's shooting the free throws very well. So,
Yeah, the free throws were good. This definitely wasn't his game, but like you said, 11 rebounds was more defensive effort, I guess, from him tonight. But MPJ, again, he fills up the stat sheet well. He's a catch and shoot guy. I just think a lot of people, if they do want to bring him back, a third or fourth option, maybe, but he's no second option. Some people keep having this concept that he could be a second option with the numbers he's doing. He's forced to be a top guy right now. Just like when we
yeah.
had Bridges, we forced that guy to be a top guy. He couldn't handle field. Let's see where MPJ is at the end of this year. Is he going to want to stick it out with Brooklyn? Or is he looking for semi-retirement or somewhere else? Like, I like
Well,
what he's doing, but we got to keep our perspectives in check with him until
yeah.
he gets through a full season at least with
Well,
us.
I don't see him as a long term solution, but he's definitely lighting it up. He's doing way better than Mikael did, as far as I'm concerned.
With production, I agree with you. I think this was a seventh straight game of 20 points, which is a
Right,
record, I think, in his career
right.
for him.
Yeah, it is a record. So, and Jalen Brown had 20, and he had a quiet 29 points. He had to hustle for that. He was 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 32 minutes. Pritchard played 35 minutes. He played the most minutes of anybody, and Derek White, 33 minutes, 15 points. Pritchard had 22 points in the first half. He was lighting it up from the three, but as in the second half, he wasn't shooting that well.
Right, but thank goodness Boston don't want to tank, and thank goodness still have Brown. Like, if teams were smart, they would let Boston beat them, like all the bad teams. Like, if you could let Boston sneak themselves into a top 6 seed, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing for us because they don't get no top lottery pick. You're gonna get a pick, but you ain't getting no top 5 pick if you
Well,
make the
Boston
playoff
is smart,
bracket.
man. They just 1 or 2 pieces from being back to Boston. So, and what's going sitting on the bench, so he's coming back. So they just be one piece away, basically.
Maybe I'd
So they
still
can,
do, I'd still do Claxton for Simons. They need a center. They don't have a big right now. They have
yeah,
Nemanja Bjelica, but he can only do so much.
yeah. They have Simons that they can deal. Yeah, that is true. Well, they have 2 veteran point guards.
They just don't have
So
the big men players. That's the thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They can get a big man. I mean, they don't need a big man to be, but so much. They got
Right,
two outstanding wings. So I
right,
mean, they don't need that much. This year is like a rollover for them. They
right,
if they in the middle of the pack, they did well. They did
right.
well,
No,
but
they're definitely a threat if they don't even make the play-in bracket because
oh,
they're
of
a team that
course,
the NBA might just want to throw DeBonsta on a silver plate to them, which would just be disgusting. DeBonsta, Tatum, and Brown, who's stopping
oh
that?
man,
That they would literally be a center away from a repeat of what they did a few years ago. Like
I
that's how
know that.
scary that situation is. But I'm fine with giving them the dubs because it puts them in a chance where their pick isn't as great as ours. So that's what we got to think about. But my only thing tonight was you just got to play your rookies more. Like let them let them get through the growing pains. Let them play clutch fourth quarter minutes. Where they do good, that's great for them. If they do bad, you know what? It's a learning moment. But just having them watch off the bench, they're not learning
Right.
anything. Like I'm seeing guys that aren't going to be here next year play my minutes. Wow, that's development. Like no, it's not. Like Jordy just needs to be more rationale with his decisions. Like yes, I get you want to look competitive, but you also got to look like you're teaching these kids how to actually develop their games.
Yeah, he don't give them enough time. I really believe that he just letting the clock roll. I don't get why he's not putting them guys out there.
Right. And Zaire and Dayron had both had good nights. Zaire had 12 points. Dayron had 16. I know Zaire was 2 from 7 from 3, but he still gave you some good defensive energy.
Right.
Zaire and Dayron, their values right now, I think, are higher than some of our vets' values. Like, I know we would want to keep them as part of our bench, but I would not be surprised if teams are calling about their availability just because they're only making $6 million each and they're
Right.
giving you production. So that's my thing about playing these vets in the starting lineup like Terrence Mann. The value's not getting better. Your bench players are looking better than your starter.
Yeah,
Like if you move him
definitely
to the
Terrence
bench,
Mann is not looking better right now.
not at
I
all.
don't know what he's gonna do
He
with
only
him.
made one shot tonight in 27 minutes. Are you kidding me? He did have 7 assists. So I'll give him that, but he's not a point guard.
He's not a point guard
But
because he's
Jordy's gonna
really not a threat to score from the outside.
right, and Drake Powell is just ready to take that next leap. I mean, I wish Powell could have gotten to do more offense tonight. He was only able to get off 7 shot attempts and
He
only made
need to
one
be
of
more
them.
aggressive. He
He
need to
wants to
take it.
be.
He need. Well, I hope he can eventually show his bag if he has one. Because
He
I
definitely
mean,
does. We've seen it. We just got to see more of it.
yeah. Instead of trying to be, this good player, that oh, I'm the perfect, player. Sometimes you got to be a little selfish when you.
He wants to get more burn, but Jordy has these guys on shackles right now where if they make one mistake, he's got to put them on the bench. Like you cannot treat your rookies like that. You can't set them up for failure if they haven't even gotten a chance to go through the failure. And if they
Right.
do, you're just going to give up on them like that for this Tyrese Martin, Jalen Wilson BS? No. Like what values do you think you're getting up for Jalen Wilson and Martin right now? They're not crazy huge. Those guys are salary fillers, each making like 3 mil or something like that. That's
Yeah.
nothing. But your rookies are ready to play now, and it's just Jordy. Another missed opportunity tonight with Jordy as far as development goes. Like you saw some moments with Jaeger and Powell again this game, but you could have seen a lot more if they were able to play more.
Yeah. I'm not mad at their minutes right now. I don't see them guys can't play 30 minutes. They can't
I
play 30
mean,
minutes.
you
They
20,
ain't
27,
NBA
28.
ready. They
Like
not NBA ready. I don't think leaving them out there
Drake
30
Powell's
minutes.
NBA ready. This guy's playing above level defense
Who?
against veteran players.
Who?
Drake Powell, he's
Yeah,
ready.
but I'm talking about being out there for 30 minutes. Like, that's a lot if you never played in the NBA.
Right, but these guys are really working very hard
I
to
think
make
they
the game
playing, but
better.
Wolf and Nolan need to play. This is what I'm saying. I'm good with 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Get them in there, 20 minutes. But not, I don't think they need 30, 32 minutes. They can't do what Michael Porter Jr. They're not ready for the NBA like
Yeah,
that.
but you
It's
don't want to
just
burn your vets out either. My
no,
thing is,
but you don't want your rookies to get hurt.
yeah, but you don't want your vets to get rid either. Then their values go in the
You
crapper.
want them to,
Like
you want to
MPJ.
ease them into that 30 minutes.
Yeah,
They
but
have to
even
earn
Jason,
that 30, 35 minutes.
Yeah,
To
but
be
even the crazy thing
honest,
is with guys like MPJ and Clax, MPJ, like they gotta watch out for his back too. Like this guy's played an insane amount of minutes early
and I
on, and
know,
without Cam Thomas, he's got to do
yeah,
a lot more than I
yeah,
think he thought he was gonna have to do. Like that's where you call audible. That's where you find 4 to 5 minutes for these rookies in between, MPJ's minutes, Clax's minutes. You mix
right.
it up like that. But Jordy just wants to ride the vets out till an injury happens, and then hey, look what happened with Cam Thomas. That guy played almost 20, 30 minutes a game,
I
popped
think
his
Cam is
hamstring
just
again.
gone. I think Cam don't want to. He don't want to be part of this.
That relationship's definitely near the
He don't.
back end of
I don't think.
ending.
I don't
Yeah,
think it's just his hamstring. I think it's him. I don't think he want to be here now.
the
Like,
relationship is just fractured, and the
yeah,
crazy thing
because
is
you showed me that you don't want me at all.
right, and we
You
even
know.
said that the defensive effort would be somewhat better with Cam gone, and lately it's been just like that. A lot closer games. But you also feel the lack of offense without him because MPJ and Claxton are right now your two main guys with some supporting efforts from Clowney, Yegor, Powell, Zaire, and Dayron. So yeah, you don't really have a lot of offensive
Offense.
structure there. You don't
No,
have a
you don't.
structure there, pretty
No,
much.
you don't have no. You know, you don't have that 3 level score. You need a three
Right,
level scorer. You need a 3 level scorer in the NBA.
right.
I'm not
And
saying that Cam is that you know top 10 3 level scorer. What I'm saying is he's a threat, and teams know it. So
right,
they play off. They play tight on him.
right.
So I mean, you don't have that option, and then if he can swing the ball, it makes it easier for Michael Porter Jr. It makes it easy for the rookies. Watch Combs shot well in the first half. Igor shot very well.
He was great. The three
Yeah,
point
yeah.
shots, like he was being efficient and being selective, which is good for him.
So what the scouts were saying that his shooting was suspect. I think his shooting is pretty good. I think he's gonna be pretty good shooter.
I mean, he set a rookie record in threes, so for the Nets, so that right there just puts yourself in the conversation books. It's just I hope he does increase their minutes sooner rather than later because they need that experience. You cannot just let him not play fourth quarters. That's like the
Well,
biggest thing holding him back right now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. I get it. He need to know what the fourth quarter is, and can he make it through? He's putting up good minutes though. He's
Yeah,
starting. He's starting, and he's putting in minutes. He's getting in a rotation.
well, that's
But
exactly what we told Jordy to do, and he did it. But it's like you got to also increase their level up a little bit too. Like you can't just keep
yeah,
them in
I
the
think
same
it's
stratosphere.
early. It's still November. It's only 12 games, 13 games, 14 games.
Yeah, but December 15th is right around the corner, so that's when they got to start making those decision moves. And I get that Jordy wants to keep
When's
playing
the
the vet.
draft? When can trades happen?
December
Next month,
15th. December
15th. Oh,
15th.
so you got
Yeah.
time. You got
I
time.
mean, if Jordy wants to keep doing what he's doing, we're over relying
You
on the
got a
vets,
month.
but it's after December 15th that's when he should start playing the rookies more because then you don't have to play vets 30 minutes a night if some of them are on the trade wire. That's
Yeah.
like what normal teams do, which we don't do. Like, that's when you got to push the rookies more. So,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, spend the next 2, 3 weeks doing this, but then you really got to push the rookies to that next level.
Well, Nolan and Wolf should be well rested.
Yeah, they got
They
enough
should.
hand claps out there tonight.
They well rested. They should be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? They should be ready to go. I mean, it's simple as that. I mean, I understand. I think I know what he's doing, but and he's easing these rookies in. I know everybody. Now even I want to see Wolf out there.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, but it's just even have one
But
guy
10,
play.
Jordy wants to run it his way, and that's just it. Like, there's a lot of tanking teams about to join us. I just checked the tankathon records. Like, we're literally a
Oh,
game and a
let me
half
check. Let me check the
ahead of
tankathon.
people.
Man. Tankathon,
We're
right?
literally a game. We're only like a game and a half ahead of like 3 or 4 teams that are
Well, you know it's going to be crowded this time.
super
You
crowded. I
know.
mean, the Bucks, they just lost Giannis for 2 weeks now with the groin strain, which could be a little longer if they want to take it slow. It's only grade one, but you don't want to rush those things back. And the Bucks, they don't have control of their pick this
Okay. Okay. So far, Yeah, we fourth.
Tie with the Pelicans. Yep.
Sure enough. Mm.
And then Sacramento, Memphis, they're like about a game and a half. Just
Atlanta got to be elated. Word. Atlanta,
elated.
Atlanta got to be so happy right now.
Imagine
Jesus.
they can move off for Trey Young, not paying money, get a top franchise guy just to replace him. Like it's definitely a sick position they found themselves in because they shouldn't
Word
be in that
up.
position. But they were smart enough to let the teams come to them and give them their picks.
They got to be elated right now.
Yeah, but just look at the Kings. They're a team that shouldn't deserve any top pick this year, and they have to do a fire sale very soon. Their roster is not built to win anything, so that's a team that's a threat. And then Memphis, they're going to trade Josh soon. Dallas, they look like they're about to trade Anthony Davis, maybe Kyrie. The Hornets are playing the youngsters, but they don't have a roster to win anything right now. So yeah,
Right.
they're right there. Then the Clippers have OKC. OKC has the Clippers pick, and they have Utah's pick. And then Portland, they're competitive, but they're still a semi-tank team because they have an unsure roster. Like that is a lot of competition. And then
Yeah.
Milwaukee, they might fall into the sector. They start going on a losing streak very
How
soon.
OKC got so many damn picks, man?
Sam
What
Presti is
what
an
what are they
evil
doing?
magician.
They got
Presti's an
they got
evil
like three
magician.
picks in the first, four picks in the first round. Yo,
It's
that's way too much though.
we were talking on Breezy's show. We came up with a hypothetical that if Marsh was smart, he would talk to Presti about swapping picks. You don't have to swap players all the damn time, just like we do with the Rockets. We could swap picks with them. They have that Clippers pick. What can we give them from our stash of picks to get that pick from them? Because they can't add any more talent. They have a roster that's pretty much set in stone. Why draft another? Even though this draft is really good, why do they want to draft another guy they may not need or can
Or
use
not get no
properly?
playing. I mean, if I was a rookie, I wouldn't even want to go to OKC now.
Oh, no rookie want to go. That's why for the Nets, if they
Yeah,
were
I mean
smart, we have
that's
all these picks.
hoarding.
Maybe we can offer them our Nuggets pick for and one of our Knicks pick for their Clippers pick. That's a great deal on paper. They get control of one of the Knicks' future, and we don't know if the Knicks will have a roster in 2 3 years if they don't win now. And then the Nuggets pick is one of the most important picks because the Nuggets that's past Joker's prime by the time that pick is applicable. Like if we could offer the OKC those two picks for their Clippers pick, that should be close enough to a situation where we can actually pull that off and get a second lottery pick in this year's draft. That's what the Nets should do. We need a second pick of protection just in case that this organization botches it again and we get a top 6 or 7 pick instead of a top 5. Like at least know we have an extra pick that could be two or one slot behind that pick. That's actually great security for us. Should be something this organization should want to do with OKC. Do a picks trade at the deadline. Let's give them
Yeah.
something that they can't refuse. We have all these picks in the world, like OKC. That's been their main advantage. They control the team's picks. We have other teams' picks, but we want to get a lottery pick on top of a lottery pick in next year's draft if we can. That should be something to explore because not many teams have the draft capital bargaining power we do.
Mm.
So that should be something they should think about because OKC has way too much power and they can't even put a top 10 pick on the team right now because they still have Topic and the guy that drafted last year that's out with an injury. So they can't even fit the guy if they wanted to. Like the Nets should call Sam Presti up and find a way to do that, even if they have to give up some valuable picks to get another lottery pick. We could show Joe Dumars to the Pelicans that actually do this right. If you're trying to win with your youth. But yeah, Scott, it is
Yeah,
over. It's going to
they
be
got
overcrowded
Philly
soon.
and Houston's pick. Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
No, and that's 4 picks. That's 4 picks. They don't have roster spots for those 4 picks. So maybe there's a way here where we could get 2 of their picks next year's draft, maybe or something like that. Like any way to get next year's draft, the Nets should be open to. Like we have the picks that they could utilize later on, and they have the picks we need to utilize right now that they can't use. I think there's definitely some smoke here potentially if this hypothetical was actually talked about between both sides because they could
Right.
both help each other out a lot right now. There has to be a
I don't
player
think
swap whatsoever.
that Clipper pick is gonna. The Clippers are gonna win some games, man.
Nah, Scott.
I
To
mean,
be honest
they
with
could
you,
be 500 in the West. They. It's not impossible for the Clippers to be
possible. They
500.
definitely ain't getting close to a top 5 this year or 6. Like their roster
I
is
mean,
so
it ain't
bad.
going to drop down below
They
Charlotte
they have no
and
defense right
Phoenix.
now, Scott.
I mean,
They lost their best
Memphis
defender, Derek
better
Jones,
than
to
Sacramento and Memphis.
Yeah, but right now it's literally James Harden holding together by a string, and Kawhi, who knows when he's coming back? Like that's literally their team right there in a nutshell. All these other vets on the team not even playing a lot of time. Like Chris Paul, they just signed him to shake hands.
Yeah,
Literally,
but I
like he's
mean,
not even
they're
playing.
gonna be better than this, man.
They have to be, Scott. I agree with you, but the West is
They gonna
really,
be better.
really good.
They
Like
better than 4-10, man.
they
They a
should be.
500 team. They
They
should be a
should be.
500 team.
That
Let
trade
me
with
see the
Paul
West.
George,
Let me
man,
see
that
the
has to be
West.
the biggest. That has to be the biggest heist fleece job in sports history.
And
You
Utah is playing decent.
They're still good. They're going to do a trade off for the deadline. I could just tell Danny Ainge wants to offload Laurie Market for more picks and build more around the young guys. He's not
Yeah.
going to let this team. He's not going to let this team get anywhere close to a play-in playoff seed. He knows he's going to have to hit that button soon. He
OKC
knows it.
don't like getting veterans. They don't want vets.
What do you mean, OKC?
Yeah, they don't
No, they
want
got
man.
Caruso and Hartenstein. They got the right
Yeah, I
vets. They
mean, but
just
they were
didn't have
cheap.
to. Yeah, but hey, better for their advantage because both those
They don't
guys
want
play
no
huge roles.
superstar. They already got their superstar. That's it. They good.
They got to swap picks with somebody, and I think this would be a great opportunity for the Nets to really show that they actually think on a logical level and improve their odds. Because getting another pick in next year's draft would be great. Hey, if we could get maybe two more picks next year's draft, even better, because they have four picks that they cannot use right now
Orlando's
to
pick
add
is going
talent.
to Memphis. Memphis can have two picks in the first round in the lottery.
They're probably a team that should break it off sooner rather than later.
Orlando is not going to stay terrible.
Oh no, they
Word.
just beat the Warriors tonight. I think they beat the Warriors tonight, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
Like they're definitely on the rise, and the Knicks losing OG, man. I think they're getting Brunson back tomorrow, but not having OG's defense, it's going to make it jumbled for them right now. I think Detroit just won their 11th straight game tonight.
Yeah,
They are on fire right now.
yeah. Them in OKC, ain't no joke.
And
Denver's playing well. Yeah, okay.
they got Joker. That's a cheat code on top of a cheat code.
Lakers are not doing bad, man.
They got LeBron back tonight. They should be in the top five seed. But yeah, pretty much you kind of know who's going to be in the playoffs going into next year. Pretty much, Philly. Thank goodness they look like they're going to be a top six team. Their pick could not have gone OKC, and this would just be disgusting at this point. Like having two lottery picks, that would be
Nah,
sickness.
I don't think OKC. I don't think what you. I don't think the Clippers are going to be in this lottery, the top
I think
10.
they're going to be a play-in team at the very worst, which they have to be. But even then, teams that are in the play-in, their pick
It still
usually
could
gets
be
they
in the
usually get a
10.
good pick. The only thing is it's not going to the Clippers; it's going to OKC. So
Yeah.
they have to be a top six seed to pretty much justify,
It's no
OKC not getting a top
unprotected.
pick.
These are unprotected picks.
The ones OKC is the one to Utah is a protected pick where
Oh,
Utah could retain it if they're a bad team. So they're
that's the
they're they're
team you
most
have to
likely.
worry about.
Yeah, Utah, they're going to be in it with us. We know that. But their other picks are going to be for later in the draft. They just don't have the roster spots available. So this is where the Nets could come in because we need to fill up our roster. We need to get the best young talent we can that's available and add some proper vets to it. So that should definitely be something that's explored. But yeah, this is going to be bunched up very soon, Scott. People already know that this is around the time where you assess where you're at. And a
Right.
lot of these teams know they're really in a bad spot. And what's the best you can do? If you got your own pick, unselfishly tank.
Yeah.
And for the Nets is if you screw around and beat these bad teams on purpose when they're throwing you wins, that gives us the seventh, eighth, or ninth best odds, which is where you don't want to be.
Right.
Like, I just feel like we're going to fall into that trap because Jordy wants to run the system his way. He don't give a damn about what Sean and Joe. And to be honest with you, he's making Sean Marks like the biggest clown in sports history. This guy did a record draft of 5 rookies. Jordy's just saying, I don't think they're worth that much. He's only benching their minutes. Yes, Jaeger Powell playing, but it could be a lot more. But he's basically telling Sean Marks, I don't trust these guys, which it makes Sean Marks look even worse than he is, which is
Mm.
pretty bad.
I just can't. I can't fathom the thought that you don't talk to your coach as a GM and y'all not on the same page. I just don't get it.
There's something really wrong there with communication between
I
both
don't know if
sides.
they. I don't know if it's true or not true because we really don't know. We just assuming. I mean, I haven't heard anybody say they don't talk.
I mean, playing Tyrese Martin and Terrence Mann as starters over your young guy, especially Drake Powell, when he's been
Right.
ready for 2 games now,
So then
like you could
Sean
just
had to be good with it. Because there's no way in the world I'm going to be a GM and not being able to talk to my coach. I
it's
hired you.
he can be
Am I
realistically.
right or wrong? It's like being a hire, like I hire you. I hired you, literally. It's not like he had to get okay. I mean, he might have had to get an okay with the owner, but he had to get it with, okay with nobody else on the team. I mean, nobody else.
This definitely wasn't the coach you should have hired if you were trying to develop and get star talent through the
Right,
draft. This
because
is a
he
guy
wants
you
to
get when
win.
you're
I
trying to
mean,
win.
but any
Exactly.
right, yeah, because he wants to win and he's a new coach. I
Right,
get it.
and then the Mikel thing, I
You're
think he
right.
was signed with the belief that we were going to add a star with Mikel. We were going to do that, but we all knew that that was likely not going to happen, especially when
Yeah,
the
you're
Rockets
right.
were
You're right.
being
You're
very
right.
aggressive with us. So we like, okay, that's going away. You hire a new coach. He's being brought up to speed, but it's like I guess that conversation either didn't happen or Jordy heard it and said, "I'm still going to do things my way." And Sean said, "Okay, kid, good luck." And guess what? That's not what you're supposed to do. If I'm the GM, I say to the coach, "Listen, I get you want to establish a system. We'll fine with that, a structure, totally with you. You want these players to play your style. I totally get that. But I would say, listen, at the end of the day, your job is to showcase your vets, build their value, but push your rookies forward." And in that instance, Jordy just didn't give a damn about any of that. He's going to play the vets as much as possible. And if they get the values are good, either they're getting traded or they're not getting traded, then we trade them for less stuff later on. And your rookies suffer because of it. Like Scott, no rookie in our team in 10 years has made all NBA. That's so embarrassing when Brooklyn claims to be an organization that can develop people well. No. We haven't seen it. Like Jaeger and Powell are on the cusp of maybe being in that conversation, but you're still holding them
Wait,
back, and
wait, wait.
that's on
No,
Jordy and this
no
organization
rookie
right now.
became NBA all NBA.
Never in Brooklyn in 10 years.
Damn, that's a long time.
That's horrible. Like, and Leaf is so right about this. When have we ever been a developmental program in 10 years? I get it. We did the star run the first year we were in Brooklyn, and then we did with Katie Kyrie after that fun, D'Lo and the Misfit squad, which we all really enjoyed. But it's like we've never had a consecutive like 3 or 4 years where the structure was in place. Everybody knew
Right.
what they're supposed to do. We're getting in playoff runs. We're having good vibes. Every year it's been a disaster of drama and BS. The Cam Thomas stuff shouldn't even happen, but as soon as he signed a qualifying offer, it's like, oh, great, more drama. Should we play Cam? Should we sit Cam? Are the rookies getting playing time? Why'd you have 5 rookies when you could focus on 2 or 3? Like, again, this was a messy summer for the Brooklyn Nets. And now you're trying to figure it out to the point where people now are saying MPJ and Claxton are long-term role guys when they're each making over $60
Would
or
you think that
60 million right now
Jaguar is
together.
an all NBA?
I think Yegor could be one day if he gets stronger physically and he's actually established as a point guard
He's
and not
putting
that
up
he's going to make him a
numbers.
combo.
He
Like
putting up numbers though.
like he's not a wing player right now. If you want to experiment
No, I'm
that when you're
saying,
playing,
would you say he's close to an all NBA?
not right
Like,
now, but he could be on the
no. Oh,
cusp of
okay.
it one day. No, that's being
Okay.
fair though. He can score. We've seen that. The defense, he's shown some ebbs, but not a lot of flow. And he needs to get stronger, but he needs to get the trust on what his role is. Like I'd rather him be the point guard for now. When you're ready to compete and contend, let him be a wing on defensive assignments when he's way stronger. But don't make him do that right now because if he's just a wing shooting threes in the corner, that's not what you drafted in a lottery pick. Like just let Yegor be the point. Let him run things. Let him get his offense going with his confidence. And it should naturally flow as he gets stronger. But with this organization, you really don't know because they never invested in rookies like that to the point where they've gotten big contract money to stay on this team. Nick Claxton's one of the few exceptions where he had no accolades to his name, but he played well with 3 superstars that earned him a bag. When for the last 2 years before his contract, we were finding ways to try to trade him, if you remember.
Well,
Like that's how bad
you
we've
know
been with
what? You
development.
know he could make all rookie second team.
It depends on the run he gets and if his numbers really supersede,
Yeah,
in the
if it
next two
stay like it.
months.
I mean, if you scoring 15 points and low turnovers and getting rebounds, yeah,
That's great development. It's just
yeah,
Jordy
he
has
can
to
make
take the
second
training wheels
team.
off soon.
He can
Like
make second team.
it should be around late winter when Drake Powell and Yeager call to Jordy's office. He says, "Listen, guys, I'm going to start you. You're each going to play over 25 minutes a night. Whether you do well or you have some mistakes here or there, I believe in you. I trust you. Your time is now. You put in the work the first 2 months. It's your time. That's what a good coach would do. But for Jordy, he doesn't run like that. He'll go with the guys that were here 8 or 9 months or a few years more than them. Even when some of these guys might be out the door very soon. That's not
Yeah,
good leadership. Like, does Jordy even talk to his young guys like that? Because Yegor is talking about getting experience from Vince Carter, man. Like he
yeah,
writes
yeah,
notes about his conversation with this guy, which really shows you who's talking to this kid, who's
yeah,
getting
yeah,
his game up. I don't know if it's really Jordy per se. I think Jordy's trying to get him to fit a structure and a system, but is Jordy hands on with them, telling them how to improve their games? I don't know if that's fully the case. I see them getting more experience from guys that have played actually in the NBA, like a Vince Carter, which is good for them. They're actually going to the right people. But
right.
Jordy, he should have that relationship established where he can give them some skill sets that they can work on. But Jordy's just so focused on winning so badly, he's forgetting about important moments that actually can help these rookies take those next steps in their first year, which you always get to see. But considering the fact our team is not supposed to win this year, there's so much room here to let them get ahead of the curve. But we're not really seeing that fully, which is a problem.
Drew Timmy is player of the week
Oh
for the
boy, here we
Lakers.
go. Oh, Ice, Ice is gonna crash out on that
Wouldn't
one.
that be wouldn't that be crazy? This dude comes in the league and lights it up. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Some people said he could have been a bench guy on a championship team right now. I mean, he gives you points. So
So what are we doing here, man?
we
What is
we
the Nets doing?
we
What
don't
are the Nets
evaluate
doing?
talent. We don't evaluate talent properly. Like literally, just like Leaf said, we've always kept players on short-term money. We've overpaid a few guys here or there. We've always gone the star route when we feel like it's applicable. But they've never invested in youth to the point where those guys are the core of your future. Not in 10 years in Brooklyn Nets history. Now you finally have a chance where Noah Clowney, Drake Powell, and Yegor, all three of those young guys are making cases to be part of your future starting core. When's the last time we had that? Three core guys that you drafted that right now could be in your starting line, but only two of them are because Drake Powell isn't there yet. But imagine that. You had three guys you drafted and they're in your starting unit right now. You know how good that'd be for development? But Jordy just wants to keep things on a string. Your front office don't want to do nothing about it. This is the problem. Like, we have to eventually commit money to these guys. But if you don't let them get their values up to where they can get that money and do well for you, and then you trade them for aging stars, we're right back where we were the last 4 or 5 years,
Right.
which is a problem. It's just nothing's changing right now, Scott. As much as we're seeing little moments here or there, we're still seeing the same BS, the same mistakes. And I thought Jordy would be the guy to change that narrative. I really did. But I'm seeing some things about Jordy this year that I'm like, wow, you really aren't a developmental guy like you said you were. Like you just want to win, win, win. Like winning coaches, I'm happy with because we want to win. But having coaches that don't put the steps in place for long term development, that's not a good coach, in my
Right.
opinion.
Right.
But we'll
This
see,
is
Scott. Like we got some rookie development tonight, but Jordy has to take the training wheels off sooner rather than later for these young guys. In 2 to 3 weeks, deadline starts, and we gotta make some decisions here so we can push our rookies forward with more minutes. It's just is Sean and Joe gonna wait till like the last day and expand this even more where the rookies aren't getting playing time? That's just a really worst case scenario, in my opinion, at that point, because these vets' values aren't going to get crazy better at this point.
I don't know, man. I just don't know, man. I really don't know.
Mm.
These guys is. I would like to see Danny Wolf play now. I really
Should
do.
be playing. What I saw tonight with him just hand clapping, getting a minute 56 seconds. It's sad because you see what Dan Wolf could do. This guy has a Sangoon Sabonis in him where he can run point center for you, which is something you've never had in Nets history. But you want to waste a year of his young career, wait till his second or third year from him finally start showing what he can do when that could have
Right.
been a year ago. Let him get ahead of the curve. We have to
Yeah.
start winning next year. There's no reason to. I'll be honest with Scott. If we tank again next year, we have our own pick. This organization needs to like fire themselves at that point. Seriously, like you got to build a winning roster, and it could start now with the young guys getting as much time as possible for these next. What is it? 60 games now? How many games we
Yeah.
played so far?
We
Almost
played
11, 12
15,
games.
14, 15, something like that.
We're 2-12 right now, so yeah,
Yeah.
14. Yeah, so we're about We're about almost at 60 something games right now. Time's a ticking. By the time you get down to the 50 40s and these guys aren't developing, wow, we wasted a whole year
That's
essentially
well,
for these
well,
young
60
guys.
games is a lot for rookies.
Yeah, but it's good for the
No
development
rookie
because
in this league is going to feel good playing 60 games. They
I
haven't
would
played
because
60
I'm your
games
future.
in college. They sure enough ain't played no 60 games in college. It's a different monster playing 60 games. I don't think people really pay attention to
But
it.
every tanking team plays their rookies to get
They
that
don't play
time and
them whole
experience.
60 games. No, they
They
do
play them a
not.
lot.
They play
They don't
them
play
a
them most of
lot,
the game, but they at
yes.
least make sure they get time a lot
Yeah,
on the
they get
court.
time, but I'm just saying they don't play them the whole 60 games.
Not like 30, 40 minutes, but they'll each get 20
Not
plus
unless you a
minutes.
superstar, and even then they probably like, calm down, calm down. We know you feel it.
You know.
You're gonna feel 60 games, man. You're gonna feel 82 games. You're gonna feel it. So
I
I'm just
just
that's why I'm saying it. Development can be there for these guys. They just got to be aware of the speed of the game because the game is not slow, and the physicality. The physicality is crazy.
That's what's been so great about Drake Powell. It looks like this he's catching up to the speed. Offensively, he hasn't been
Yeah,
scared at all of going to the rim to get contact. Like
that is
he's
true.
literally ahead of the curve. It's
That is
just
true.
starting him, but you cannot just play him towards the end of quarters or play him for a few minutes in middle quarters. Like let the guy get 7 or 8 minutes in a full quarter.
Right,
So really show what he can do. And even if that leads to positive results on the winning side for us, that's
right.
development. And this guy is ready for that.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
Jordy really is messing with his development by not amping up his level by starting him. The Terrence
Right.
Mann stuff, it's got to end. 14 games in the crapper already for this guy's value. Now I understand why the Hawks gave us a pick to take his contract. Like, hello. But
I
we'll
don't
see.
know.
We'll see.
I don't know if anybody will pick up Terrence Mann.
I mean, we have over 40 injuries right now, so maybe there's a small chance if somebody's not recovered by then, maybe that'll open up a window. But a lot of teams don't have the cap space right now that they will have next summer to take on a guy's $15 million. That's something to think about too. Like, a team
The
like the
money
Wizards, they
is
have
not
over
the
like nine.
same.
Right, not a lot of teams
That's
have the cap space to take on contracts, especially those apron teams.
yeah.
Like they can't just take on $50 million, even if
Right.
they need the player.
Right.
So that puts us in a bind. That's why you look at like the Claxton going to Boston for Simons, the money works, or Claxton going to the Bulls for Vucevic, the money works. Like you're gonna have to take back a bad salary that's maybe on an expiring year to get off of a contract that has 2 or more years on it, like
Right.
MPJ and Claxton. So we can do it. It's just we have to be prepared to either buy out that player or just let their money expire but not play him a lot of minutes, which I'm fine with if you get the pick and
Right.
you add more assets. So it'll be a very interesting trade deadline for us. But there's a lot of things going on right now. The Giannis stuff with the Bucks, Clippers with OKC and having that pick, the Pelicans who might break up their roster because they lost their picks, gave up their picks to get Derek Queen. Like there's a lot of teams that are going to decide sooner, very soon, that they're not going to be winning anything this year, and
Right.
that it's best to break what they have, collect more assets, and be bottom of the barrel with us, which bunches things up a lot. And if
Right.
we win a lot of meaningless games, we could go from having the third or fourth or second worst odds to having the eighth or ninth worst odds. Because every team is just purposely losing to us, which happened last year, and we fell for it.
Yeah, I don't think we're falling for it now.
We'll see, Scott.
we,
The only two teams
we
the only
ain't
two
falling
teams
for
we
that
beat
shit
in our teams
now.
that are tanking right now. So we beat all these bad tanking teams. It's
I
over.
mean, but in general, we are still in it. We still right there. We hanging tight, man. I'm telling you, we hanging tight. We hanging
Well,
tight.
Pacers and Wizards face each other on the 28th, so that's
So
very
yes,
soon
one of
too.
them got to win. So there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
we'll
When you
see.
look at it like right now, if you look at it right now, the Nets are 2-12, the Wizards are 1-12, the Pacers are 1-13. One of these teams are going to be 2-13 or 2-12. One of these teams are going to be 2-13, and all we got to do is lose our next one, and we be right past them.
We'll see. I think Pacers are getting back Mathurin soon. Maybe if the Pacers start winning some games, then maybe I have some faith in this process. It's just
I'm telling
a
you,
lot of
it's
a
it's
lot of teams are going to crash and burn very soon with us, and we just got to be careful not to fall in bear traps. That's the
the
thing.
West look much more promising. I don't think we need to worry about the West. These teams
Ah,
are winning. I mean,
not the Kings or the Grizzlies right now, or Pelicans.
I mean, but 4-11 is not 2-13.
No, they might be able to win a few games, but they're thinking about breaking things up too. But the Kings,
Well,
especially, they're
if what y'all say is true, and this is what everybody's been saying, is if you the fifth less worst team in the league, then you're guaranteed at least 1-5, right?
if you're the worst record, you're
Oh,
guaranteed
you the
one through
worst
five.
record. If
Yeah,
you're the
last
second
year
worst record, there's no
that
guarantee.
yeah, second worst record usually gets 5 or 6.
Okay, but that's
Third,
not a guarantee. You can still get the third, and well, we watch Philly, the third worst record.
they had the
What?
fifth worst record, Philly,
And
and
they
that's
got
how they
the
got
third
Edgecombe.
pick. They got the third
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah, but they don't. Those patterns don't always repeat. Sometimes they do, given if you're in a
All
precarious
right, so
situation.
if that's the case, it don't repeat. Would you say it don't repeat with none of it,
I think
except
for the
that fifth pick? Because that's the bracket. You know what I'm
but,
saying? That
yeah, but if you
fifth
get the
pick.
worst record, that fifth pick could drop to 4 or 3 as the high mark. I don't think it'll drop to 1 or 2 whatsoever, but 3 or 4 with
No,
the
but
worst
see,
record,
what
that
I'm
could be
saying.
possible.
Oh, because everybody keeps saying it's that it's against the Nets, but then it's still like I see teams doing it. I see teams do it. That's why I know it's a lottery. It's a lottery. It ain't no. You could be the worst team in the league and you still won't get nowhere near the top three picks.
But you get in the top 5 for the worst record,
Oh,
and
that's it.
that's better than
That's the
getting
top
6, 7,
five.
8, or 9. Like if I have a chance to draft Caleb Wilson or Nate Ahmad, I feel pretty good about my chances with the worst record at that point.
The fifth pick last draft was terrible. I mean, it ain't terrible, but
It was Ace Bailey, bro.
yeah, but Ace Bailey fell back.
Yeah,
Ace
but
Bailey fell back.
we could have been
Am
at
I
that
right or
spot if we
wrong? He
outbeat
was
Philly.
supposed to. He
We
should have
out.
went third. I don't even know why Philly didn't take him. I'm
It's
not
it's
saying that VJ was a bad pick though. It might fit them, but Ace Bailey was way on the
they have
chart.
Paul George. That's why it wouldn't have worked, and they're committed to his money. That's why Edgecombe works because Edgecombe's in the backcourt doesn't take away from Paul George. So
Right?
they had no
Exactly.
choice in that situation because they already committed money to
Exactly.
Paul George.
Exactly. It worked out for them as of now. As of
Right.
now, we
It's
don't know.
really
We
it's
don't
really
know.
OKC and the Hawks are the real anomalies because they have other teams' picks. They're doing their dirty work for them. Like those two teams are the real wild cards where they could get in the playoffs this year and one of them wins a title, OKC, and still get a top 10 pick, but they don't even have the roster space, and that team has 4 picks. So the Nets are gonna have to do something here to like get a second pick at
I don't
least.
want them late round picks no more. I don't want those set 20th pick. I don't want that. I don't want it no more. I don't want that. That's garbage. That's not doing anything.
Depends on if we can negotiate. This guy Sean Marks claims
I
to be a great negotiator, but we haven't always seen it besides saying yes to getting 6 picks for Mikel. Oh, and the
I don't
Kevin
know. I
Durant
don't know
one
what
where
they're gonna do, but
Phoenix
I
was
don't.
foolish enough to give up their whole draft for us. That too. Ugh.
OKC got a whole bench of rookies, man.
They have 4 picks that they can't add talent to that. So
They got
OKC's got
talent on the bench that these guys are probably saying to themselves, "I'm nice and I can't play."
And it's fair to say that Sam Presti is very likely to pull off some type of picks trade with a different team that has other controllable picks. So they're not really losing control. They have
Right.
control. They're just not drafting anybody because they already have a set championship roster. So that's where a team like the Nets comes in because we have other teams' picks. Not every team right now has other teams' picks except us and maybe 2 or 3 other teams. That's an advantage for us. It's just
You know
will this
what?
organization realize the strategy of doing that? I don't think so. I don't know, but that's what they should do. If you're trying to get a second pick in next year's draft, that's a way to go. Because OKC would have to trade some of those picks at that point.
Wait, let me see his. No, that's not who I want to see. J Dubs. J Dub.
And Miami, they're competing again this year, and their young talent's starting to put up a fight without Hero and Bam. Imagine they get a top pick out of us. Like,
All right,
it,
Jalen Wilson, right? for on OKC his contract. His contract, okay, OKC in July 20, that could be worth. They're not going to pay him. They're not going to pay him that. They are not going
Which
to pay him
Jalen?
that.
Which Jalen? The second option, Jalen Williams?
Yeah, Jalen
No, they
Williams.
keep him.
They but they got to pay $287 million.
They're gonna trade some guys, and this is where
Oh,
Lou
that's why I'm
Dort.
saying. This is why I'm saying you just got to Sean got to be smart and start.
Well, I think they're gonna move off of maybe Lou Dort and Hardenstein. Unfortunately, those are two guys whose contracts might be expendable because if they're gonna pay Williams, that's what they'll have to do. Which I think Sam Presti knows he'll have to make two chess moves there. So that's
Yeah,
where
he gonna have to
teams.
do something because you can't keep him.
Right.
They're not going to go into that second tier apron
Right, but they have 2 years before they have to make that decision unless something crazy
next
happens
year.
in the next 2 years. Yeah, they have this year and
Well,
next
they
year.
signed. They signed. Oh, they already did. They signed a 5-year max rookie extension
Oh yeah, he did get paid. Right, he did get paid.
that could be worth up to 200, with a final value dependent in the Senate. The initial guarantee amount is 239 to 247 million, and the contract keeps the young core of the team together for the rest of the decade. So the team is good. They ain't got no more room.
Right, so
The
they're gonna
team
have
is
to
done,
they
done.
they're gonna have to move maybe 3 or 4 of those picks in next year's draft to
Some of them
somebody.
people on the bench.
But that's where the Nets it makes sense because we could give up a Knicks pick that we may not need if the Knicks are going to keep competing for something, and then that Nuggets pick. I think that Nuggets pick is very valuable to get their Clippers pick because the Clippers are going to want the OKC is going to want something big. It's even considered trading away that pick. Well, the Nuggets pick is literally when Joker's career is almost done. Like that would be a great pick for OKC. Where in the next 6 or 7, 8 years, if things go south with SGA and some of these guys, well, guess what? We have a potential top pick that could be lottery bound, and it belongs to a different team that could be rebuilding.
Right.
So that could work out for the Brooklyn Nets' favor if they were willing to give that Nuggets pick up to get their Clippers pick. So, and that Clippers pick could be great for Brooklyn. I don't think the Clippers are going to be anything more than a playing team this year, which some playing teams have gotten top pick slots. So that could
We
actually work in the
watched
Nets'
we watched the
advantage.
Hawks get a first round pick.
Yeah, imagine we get, let's say, the fourth or fifth pick, and that Clippers pick is like top 8 or top 9. That's great for the Nets. You could get two little lottery picks like we wanted to get last year, but it's just Sean and Joe are going to have to come to the table, not be greedy, be willing to give up decent value in picks to get a valuable pick that could be a lottery bound. It's just, are they willing to play that game? I don't know. At this point with them, I don't know, but that would be a smart thing to do.
Yeah. Well, 287 million base. They owe 5 years. Yeah,
SGA's got an $80 million salary coming up in 2 years.
yeah. They're gonna be crying, but they're gonna have to pay.
Right, but they're gonna have to move a lot of pieces, especially SGA making that type of money. But he's in his prime, so like he's in from a logistical standpoint, he's worth every penny. It's just hope injuries don't pile up because that's when you have to make those really tough decisions. But OKC's in this great position where they have 15 first round picks right now, and 4 of them are in next year's draft, which that still gives them over 10 picks to work with going forward.
Right.
And if they shuffle those picks for other teams' picks, they could basically recoup 15 picks, pretty much. They could still have the same number just by switching the pick numbers with somebody. Like, that's how scary a position they're in right now. And don't forget, they could trade for a star player to pair with Jay and Jalen. So, like, they have different ways of still being a good team. It's scary the power they have.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say. Uh, do you
And
think
the
they would have
crazy,
won the? Do you think they would have won the championship last year?
which team?
OKC.
They weren't ready last year like they were this past year.
No, but did you think they were going to beat Indiana?
Oh, I think they had a great shot just because for Indiana, like it was their first time being in a finals in pretty much forever, and OKC just had so much defense, so much offense. But Indiana put up a brilliant fight. I don't think any other team in the Eastern
If
Conference
you think if you
could put up
think
a fight like
Westcon
that.
didn't go down, do you think they could have beat them?
I definitely think it was within the realm of
It
possibility.
was a
But
possibility. I
we
think.
also we also saw in Game 3 though, Pacers had a big lead over
Yeah,
OKC, and
we saw
OKC
that.
battled
I
back
mean, but
to
it
beat
came
them.
down to the final game, though. It
Yeah,
did
but
come down to the final game, and what you call him did get hurt.
right, but
He did
OKC.
get
But
hurt.
I will say this: OKC definitely earned every bit of that
No,
championship.
they earned the win, of course. I'm just saying he did get hurt.
Right, but even the Nuggets, I think a rematch of Nuggets OKC two is going to be really great next year if everybody's
I
healthy
mean,
because
I think they can be got. That's what I'm saying.
to
That's
Denver because you have Joker. Joker, like nobody's even talking about Joker's superstar Michael Jordan S season right now. Like he's putting up triple doubles in like 10 or 11 or 12. I think every
yeah,
game this year almost he's done that.
yeah,
Like he is playing on a freaky level. And OKC, they have great talent to stop him, but even great talent can't always stop greatness like that. So as long as
yeah. I
you have
mean,
Joker and Jamal and Gordon, like they have a deeper bench, I think, this year. To at least put up another fight against OKC. It could
yeah,
come down to another game 6 or 7 between both sides. Like that literally is the real threat to OKC. I know the Rockets are playing really great right now, but they don't have a point
I
guard
think
right
it's
now. The
Denver.
Rockets,
Denver is the real trouble for them right
right?
now. Yeah.
Rockets' only problem is they don't have a point guard right now. They're trying to do it through Amin Thompson and Reed Shepard, and that's fine for regular season, but playoffs, you don't have a great point guard. You're going to feel the pressure against a team like OKC or Denver because they have point guards.
Yeah.
So
They got a lot
that's
of
what
guards.
right. And then Lakers, they're going to be a playoff team, but I don't think they have enough to win against OKC or Denver. Like they just don't have balanced talent. Like
They
Luca,
don't
he's
have
still a
enough
defensive.
coming off that bench.
Well, Luca's still a defensive liability, and LeBron might retire in a year. So I just don't think that duo is going to have the time because it took LeBron a month just to get ready to play. So they're going to be a
Yeah.
playoff team, but I don't think
But
the
you got to
Nuggets have
get an
been their
old.
kryptonite the last few years. If the Lakers face the Nuggets, there's a high probability they're going to lose because the last
Yeah.
3 4 years they faced the Nuggets, and man, they could put up a fight all they want, but they just get snuffed.
LeBron is just blind. He's treading water right now. Well, I wouldn't say that he's treading water just to retire. He's saving all his energy for the end of the season.
Right. I mean, who would blame him? And B's doing the same thing with monitoring his knee soreness stuff. Like that guy said, I used to
Yeah,
be
the
available
Sixers
for
are
the
going to be a
playoffs.
problem. The
There'll be a
Sixers are
problem.
going to be a
There'll be a
problem.
problem for the Knicks. I mean, I
Yes,
know
they're
they have
going to be a problem for
slightly
the
older
Knicks. I'm
players,
telling
but
you.
they have a great backcourt. They have McCain to be a great six man. Their wing guard position is still a little flimsy, but
Yeah,
Wofford, crazy enough, he's done a decent job with them. Like they have some good depth pieces that could put up a fight against a team like the Knicks or
yeah.
Cavs.
Sure enough. Sure
But
enough.
it's really OKC versus everybody right now. Like, and
Yeah.
the East, it's gonna be a dogfight for sure. But as far as the West goes, it comes down to really 3 teams, in my opinion. And Minnesota, they're a team to monitor with Ant Man. Like, if they get to the West Conference Finals and blow it, that's 3 straight where they
Wow.
could have been there. And you're not always guaranteed going back to West Conference Finals. And Ant Man, I don't know if he'll ever win a title with Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle as your two secondary stars. It just
Right.
don't look like a balanced match. Like Ant Man needs a second star, and he wanted Kevin Durant this past summer. He told the front office, "I want Kevin Durant," and they couldn't. They made an offer; it just wasn't a good enough offer
Right.
to get him. And imagine Ant Man going to the East; that would just turn the East on its head.
That would. That
Right.
would be something else.
And you got to still watch the Cavs because they're off to a slowish start because they're dealing with injuries and whatnot. The Darius Garland thing, that's really going to make or break them. And Garland, man, he just not has been healthy when it's mattered most. Donovan Mitchell is a killer playoff player, like the best in the East, I would say. But if the Cavs don't win this year, they're a second apron team. When you're a second
Right.
apron team, you have to win or you're just losing. So if they lose again this year, there's some changes coming that way. Whether it's Darius Garland get traded or something, they're going to have to move that core four away. Unfortunately, this is their last chance, I think, realistically.
Spurs are going to make a run this year, you think?
They right now they don't have Wemby. They lost Castle for 2 weeks, and Dylan Harper I think is coming back soon. They're still competing, their tails off. But I think with Wemby, they're a playoff team. But without Wemby, they're near play-in bracket
Right.
territory.
That's
But
fair.
another harder win for them. Like if they could just hold out till Wemby comes back, they should be fine. And then Jazz, you want to beat the Lakers tonight? Go for it.
Yeah, I told you. I told you they're going to be much better this year. The Lakers are going to be that middle team, but the Jazz is going to be in that hunt for the
Yeah,
playoff
but
spot.
Danny Ainge is going to trade He's going to trade Laurie Market, and he's not going to let this team be a
Well,
playoff
do you
team.
think the Nets should go for him?
I think it's a possibility,
That
but if
could be
I was
one of the
doing,
pieces for next our rebuild.
if you're competing, I think Laurie Market would help you a lot
Well,
in your
I
front
think
court.
I would think that the Nets will want to compete in 2 years.
We have to. Laurie definitely does that, but I definitely see a lot of teams interested in Laurie Market. I look at the Detroit Pistons, man. You get Laurie Market in with Durant and Kate Cunningham.
Yeah, but why would the
Yo,
Jazz trade him to see him twice or 4 times in a year?
because they're not playing the Laurie
I
Market.
mean,
You know
no,
the
I'm
crazy.
just saying in general.
Yeah,
I'm not.
but
It's
Scott,
like me giving up a superstar to my foe. I'm not doing it. I'm not
well,
doing it. I'm
they're in the
not. I'm
East,
not
they're in the
doing it.
West. They're in the East, they're in the West,
The
so not
Nets
really their
did
fault.
that, and we paying for it now.
Yeah, but the
We
crazy thing is,
gave the Celtics their pieces.
right, but Laurie Market has been in the NBA. This is crazy. He's been in the NBA for 8 years right now. He's never touched a playoff appearance in his
Right,
career.
I know.
Scary. The last time he was in a play-in
They've been
situation was
tanking for
against
eight
us.
years. What?
Yeah, like that's talent you're wasting. And Danny Ainge, I think, knows it, and that's why he's so happy he got Ace Bailey because he wants to do that crap one more time, get another top five guy to pair with
Nah,
Ace. And I don't
it
think
ain't gonna
Laurie's a
work.
part of that. I think Laurie's going to get traded to a team like Detroit this deadline. I'm just look out for Danny Ainge, man, to screw somebody over, get their capital, and do what he does. He's the draft merchant king.
Yeah, but
Like,
he's not winning. I would be pissed with him. If I was a Utah fan, I would be pissed at that team. I would be pissed at the organization. You had
yeah,
Spider, you had pieces. All you needed to do is put the team together.
right, but he's going at this a
Come
very
on,
slow.
man.
He's going at a very slow rate because the West is so good at
That's
the top, and he's not going to shoot. He's
nah.
not going to shoot himself in the foot when he doesn't have to. Like if there's a
We gave him
mandate for
too
you,
much credit. We
no,
give him too much credit.
I'm being fair from what he's looking at his lens. He's only
Yeah.
going to ever go for it fully like we did when Kevin Durant and Kyrie were available. That's when he's going to go for it. Or in
Listen,
his mind, he's thinking he could do Tatum and Brown in Utah. I already got one of the Tatum and Brown with Ace Bailey. If I get another wing player with Ace, I got Tatum and Brown 2.0 in the West. If he pulls that off next year, gets a Nate Mont, a Caleb Wilson, or hell, DeBasa, they're ready to go at that point with winning. That's just what Danny Ainge is banking on. But I don't think Laurie fits that picture of that. If a team is willing to offer him 3 picks for the guy, I think
yeah, I
Laurie's
mean,
worth anywhere from 3 picks at this point.
at some point, and I always say this, and I said this to Pod. I said this to Pod too. I said the same thing. At some point, you got to make a move. You can't just keep going. I'm looking at draft capital. You got to make a move. You gotta build a squad and run with it.
And that's what's supposed to happen next year. And I don't know if you
Ten
saw
years.
that.
It don't take 10 years to build a squad. It really
It don't.
don't.
It don't. And that's what's so bad is that this organization, because Joe Size the owner and Sean Marks the GM, they cancel each other out. Nobody else can say or do nothing to get them out of their positions, which is scary bad because the only guy that has Sean Marks back is Joe. But it's like, what did Sean Marks do to get that position? He won 2 rings. One where he played 5 minutes off a bench as a third stringer. The other was being an assistant coach or assistant manager or something. Like he didn't have a huge role to win 2 rings. But if that's the reason why he's a tenured GM, yikes. One playoff win appearance, yikes. Like literally the baggage writes itself. He can't cash any of those checks in because of how bad they are. Like we need a GM that actually has a vision, like you said. And we next year we're projected to have $44.4 million in cap space, which I think is the fourth or fifth most. Like that's valuable stuff to work with. And if you trade some of these vets for more expiring salary, the Nets could have maybe $50 million in next summer, which could be great. The Nets could get a big upgrade with that cap space, a guy that could really help us start winning games. But it has to be
Yeah.
the right person. It better not be I'm throwing $40 million on Austin Reeves. I'm telling you, he
No, I
does that.
wouldn't. I don't
You're
agree with
losing
that.
the base. You are
No, no, no,
losing
no.
the
I'm not
base.
saying that. Austin Reeves is not getting 40 million with nobody. He's not
Yeah,
even getting 40 million with the Lakers.
yeah, we've overpaid multiple times for guys like
Yeah,
Cam
but I
Johnson,
mean, I
Nick
understand we
Claxton.
did, but I'm just saying he better not.
Better not, but this guy's desperate to show us
He
that
better
he
not.
thinks he understands what we're talking about, and Austin
Right.
Reeves is nowhere near that. And
Nah,
that's
he
why
ain't.
guys like John Moran and Zion Wilson, as much as they have super bad baggage that we have talked about on multiple podcasts, their trade values are super cheap right now. You don't literally have to give up a lot to get either one of those guys. And for
Yeah,
us,
I'm just saying. I'm just
you're trying to
saying.
acquire talent any way possible. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Right now, you're not giving up no big money to anybody that ain't a superstar already.
Right.
I mean, if they not a superstar right now, no. Yeah, I'm not going on a projected that you capable of being a superstar. I'm not. I'm not
That's
doing
why
it.
the Nets. That's why the Nets just say, you know what? All these teams want to tank with us. Screw it. Let's trade for Giannis, bench him for 3 months, and let's
Yeah,
see what
that's
the
the only
NBA does.
one. That's
We
the
have the
only
Greek.
one I would give that money up to.
We have a lottery pick. We have the Greek Freak. It's New York. I mean, NBA. Do you really want to give the Charlotte Hornets, the Sacramento Kings? You want to give the Hawks, the Bassa, Boozer, or Peterson when we have Giannis right now in Brooklyn? Like
Right.
literally, that's the only way you could really force the issue is if we do something nobody's expecting. Trade for the Greek Freak, rest in the next 3 months, and then hey, we go into next summer with one of the top three players in the NBA, and we
Yep.
have a potential franchise prospect for Giannis to help mold into his secondary star.
Right. And
I mean, what else
we
can we
got a
do at that
couple of
point?
rookies right now that we expect to be better next year.
Exactly. So there's a way to construct this. It's just it has to happen this year. But I think this deadline, we're going to collect more assets and see
And
where
keep
we are
Michael
on
P.
draft night.
And keep Michael P. Jordan and keep Michael P.
I don't know where some people are getting this idea he's a secondary star. He
No, he
isn't.
might be. He's a third. I'll tell you one thing. I would want him on a championship team.
As a third, fourth option, I could
Yeah,
agree with you on that. Yeah, it's just not at 30,
that's a
$40 million.
great third or fourth option. You crazy? This
Like make
guy
it
can light it up.
like 20 to 22 million. I think would be a high bar for what he gives you at this point for 3 years at most on a contract. That's something we could work with
But he got to
potentially.
want to stay.
Yeah, but and we don't know what his commitment level is. That's just it.
We heard him say he had to think about it.
Exactly. And how many people have told us they got to think about certain things before saying, "I want the hell out of here." No,
Yeah,
I want
he said I went
guarantees. I
away.
want guarantees.
Yeah,
I'm not
that
going to
guy
buy
said
into
he went
this.
to a cabin with no phone and contemplate. I'm
Yikes.
like, yo, what are you talking
I
about?
know. Did people see that podcast? Because
I don't
everybody's
think
saying this
nobody
guy's a
saw it.
second option. I'm like, did you guys not hear this guy on the second day after media day saying, I'm considering
It
retirement in two
yeah,
years?
it just seems like me and you were the only ones that heard him say that. I
And
was like,
Breezy,
what the
Breezy heard
hell?
it too. But some people have this in their mind now that this guy is a second option. I'm just like,
No,
what?
he ain't
Are
a
you
second
going
option. I
crazy?
wouldn't say he's a second
Like, what are
option.
you smoking? Like, this guy was a third or fourth option with Joker doing a lot of the heavy lifting and Jamal Murray to back him up. Like, stop it. This guy's a great catch and shooter. This guy can't dribble though. He's
No, he's
lost a
not.
lot of athleticism.
He's playing above what we think. I'm not saying that he can't play. I'm not saying that.
He's our version of Chris Middleton with a more erratic shooting style. I
Yeah,
would say that's
yeah.
what he
I'm
is.
not saying he's not nice. All I'm saying is you would want to keep him in his lane so he can be efficient.
Right.
You want him to stay as a shooter because he's good at it. He really is good at it.
Right.
So
So we'll see. Just see how the next 2 years goes, or see how next summer goes. But if we want to go after a big star, he's a contract that automatically goes out the door. $40 million for Giannis. Okay, nice having you here. Like, come on.
yeah,
Like
well,
we gotta be realistic here. Some people
but
are
Giannis
happy with.
gonna want somebody on the team. He ain't gonna just want one extra. He don't want a rookie. I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, not unless this rookie is phenomenal. Not
That's
unless this rookie is
that'd probably be DeBonster or Peterson. Like if
he.
we are
I
lucky enough to
don't.
get
We
one of
don't
those
know
two,
yet. We don't know
that
yet.
might sway Giannis. That might
I'm
sway
not
Giannis.
hearing that from the scouts. I'm hearing that they great, they good, and they ready. But I'm not hearing that they phenom. This.
They what they're doing right
That's
now in
not what I'm
college
hearing.
is elite. It really is.
I'm
It's
not saying that.
special.
I'm not hearing LeBron James come in. I did when LeBron came in the league. We knew. I mean, everybody knew. It wasn't even a question.
Right, but Sky, just look at these
I'm
four
just
guys in
saying.
particular: AJ
I know they
DeBonster,
nice. I know they
Peterson,
nice,
Boozer,
but
And Caleb Wilson, this guy Caleb Wilson,
I
man, he
know he's
literally has skill
nice.
sets from all three of those guys. What he
I'm
did
not saying they're
tonight,
not nice. All I'm
like
saying
freakish.
is they didn't come in. I'm not hearing LeBron James type. This dude is going to change your team.
There's only one LeBron, there's only one Michael Jordan. But if there are guys that have
Uh,
auras to
I
them,
mean,
that can mean something. But I'm not going to say these guys are going to be the
I'm
second coming of either one of those two
so
legends. But I will
then,
say,
then Giannis has got to look at it as these are rookies.
I mean, having DeBonsa next to him, he wouldn't look at DeBonsa like a rookie. The guy can score really,
Okay,
really
all
well,
right,
and he's a
all right.
freakish athlete.
I
The
believe
way that
you.
the
I
way
believe you.
I seen it on the film. I mean, AJ DeBonsa is probably one of the best top potential three athletes we've seen in a long time. Like he's literally scoring everywhere on the court, doing whatever he wants, which is rare. Darren Peterson, this guy is a 6'6" combo guard. He's
Yeah.
physical. He plays defense. He can score anywhere on the court. And then Boozer, there's not enough said about Boozer. This guy's a physical Mack truck. This guy has the NBA body at 18. His father and the trainers he put around him did an excellent job with this young man's development before he steps foot on an NBA court. That's what you call take college basketball to another level that it's rarely seen in NBA. Like these guys are ready. And Caleb Wilson, this guy just plays all NBA defense because he wants to. Like getting one of those four guys for the Brooklyn Nets would be paramount. 5 or 6 or even 7 we'll have to live with, but it's not what you truly want.
Right.
This is the
Right.
one draft to finally get something right in 10 years
Yeah,
and get
that's
a
fair.
franchise cornerstone, which we've never, ever had.
Right.
But some people are fine with 7, 8, or 9, 10 at this point because it's what they're used to. Stop getting used to garbage or
Right.
mediocrity.
That's fair. That's fair.
And
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
even saying Yegor's garbage. It's just we had a goal in mind last year, which was to do a unselfish tank. But we had to let Jordy run the system and win for whatever reason to screw ourselves. And we do it again this year. This is going to be the worst trade we ever made with the Houston Rockets, giving them valuable picks, which they used only one pick to Kevin Durant, and they have our pick still. Like you literally cannot justify getting the 7th pick next year to say that was a great deal we made with the Rockets to get our picks back
well.
because you
That
botched
was a.
it up
It's
in
a
2
pick
years.
swap, right? Ain't it a pick swap?
Yeah, they could have our swap. They
They
literally get
could.
a
They could
top
pick.
pick.
They could swap it. They could swap it.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is
So that's why we don't have an incentive the year after to actually tank. That I get it.
exactly.
So
And the East is not as strong as the West right now. There's a few teams in the East, and there's some teams in the East that might have to break it down a bit more to rebuild, like a Bucks team or Philly. They're not going to be great forever with Joel Embiid and Paul George, who are both winding down in their
right,
careers. That's
exactly.
going to have to be addressed eventually. And then Tatum and Brown, yes, they're going to play again together, but their window might end one day. They're not going to be running Boston forever.
That's
Like
fair.
there are some teams at the top, and then the Knicks, their roster is approaching the 30s threshold with
Right.
Brunson and Towns. So
And that's why I don't want to get rid of the Knicks picks
I mean, eventually
because
has to get that Clippers pick.
we don't get nothing from them next year neither.
No,
But
next year,
they
not this year. Next year,
yeah, next
2027, we
year we
do.
do. So
We
we
have
still have the Knicks pick and our pick swap.
yeah,
So
we
we have two picks.
well Rockets get our pick swap for
Right,
2027.
right. Basically, we get their pick if they
Right.
want it.
We have the Knicks 2027 first. We have their 2028 swap. We have a
Right,
2029 first and a 2031 first. That's what we have
right,
from the Knicks.
right. We still got 3, 4 picks left from
That
them.
2031 first is super valuable. I don't think they'll be competing at this level.
I don't
They'll
think
break
they're
that
going to be
core.
competing after this year.
Ooh,
I'm
scandalous.
telling, they're going to be an average team.
If they
Some
don't make Eastern Conference Finals,
right.
all the
That shit's
media
going to break
teams
up.
owe everybody an apology because they were
That's going to
saying
break
Knicks are
up.
going to supposed to be the Eastern Conference. Well, if they're
It's going to
not,
change. The team is going to change. I'm telling you.
if Detroit and Cavs take the first 2 spots and the Knicks get third or fourth, that's a worst case scenario for the Knicks because yeah, you might get through the first round, but imagine the Knicks have to go through Philly in the first round, and you have to go through the Cavs in the second round, and then you saw make these conference finals. You're going against a Detroit team that's not scared of you like they were the first time around. That would be the worst case scenario for the Knicks. If the Knicks actually break down somewhat this season as
Right,
far as health goes, which you've seen a little bit
right,
and they're third or fourth seed, that puts them in the worst position possible because they need all the advantages they can get. And without them, you're going to see them either like get demolished on the defensive end or
right.
offensively. They're just relying on Brunson like they did last year to get there. It really is Brunson like holding that together, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. Bronson is holding that team together.
But they're gonna get tested out OG's next 2 weeks. Even Brunson comes back tomorrow. Like their defensive system, I saw last night against Miami. No hero, no Bam. Miami was bringing it to them for 4 whole quarters.
Right.
Like the Knicks do not want to be a third or fourth seed, but if things go this way with Cavs and Pistons were doing phenomenally well, if those two teams secure the top two seeds, that's not a good scenario for the Knicks because they'll have to go through both the Cavs and Detroit at that point
Right.
in both rounds. So that would be their big dilemma. But for us, it puts us in great position because they don't win. We have control of their future for the next 3 years straight, 27, 28, 20. That's actually, yeah, the next 3 years we
Yeah,
control
that's
their
what I said.
picks.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, that's
It's a
going to be the pressure
possibility.
right there.
It's a possibility, man.
Now, if the Nets want to contend and compete like we've been talking about, they could compete for something and have control of the Knicks' future, which gives them lottery talent to add with whatever they're trying to, build with right now.
Right.
So there's a way to go about this. It's just Sean and Joe. They got to take this serious. They're still not taking it as serious as they could. And Jordy, he's not being told to buy into the system the right way. Trust your rookies. He's not fully doing that. Like there has to be a talk of something sooner rather than later, because this is not uniform. What's going on right now? Jordy's being a rebel, and he wants to play the Martins and the Wilsons through these rookies, and it's not fair to their development.
Yeah. All right, John. I'm gonna get off. It's time.
Good show, Scott.
It's a
I know
good
Breezy
show.
did. I know Breezy did his show as we did, but I wanted to talk tonight about tonight's game.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Um,
we had a good convo.
yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna get on again tomorrow, so I'll hit you up. Thanks everybody for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace out.
Peace.